What is up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Bravo Zulu podcast. I'm your host, Joshua Moore. Yo, Taco Tuesday's hit. When you go do a Taco Tuesday and you don't eat any tacos, but you drink some margaritas, that shit hit. I did do my homework. Don't worry about it, chat. Josh stays on top of his homework. I ain't for the fuck around. All right, we're getting into it. Today's topic, someone asked me like, yo, Josh, maybe they said Chief, how do you come up with your topics? Well, the cool thing is AI, right? So I have an idea in my head of what I want to talk about, how I want to talk about it, and I have a conversation with AI throughout the day, with ChatGPT. Maybe I'll try Gemini next time or something, and I talk about it and I say like, hey, these are my points, this is what I think, this is how I feel, and I give it prompts where it's like, challenge me, ask me questions so it can get my thoughts out, and I just talk to it, blah 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 blah. And then at the end of the night, right before this, I say, hey, analyze that and come up with an episode with talking points for me. It's not bad. So today's topic, what we're going to talk about tonight, is how to build confidence. All right. And we're kind of growing off of different episodes that we do, right? And this is something we talked about in one of the previous episodes of building confidence. How do you get that confidence? It seems like some people just have it, but I think it comes through repetition of doing things that are hard, of having experiences, and making your circle of comfortability bigger and larger than what it was yesterday. Why are people texting me right now? All right. So I got to take that off there. All right. So we got confidence is predictability, right? When you can predict the outcome or how things are going to go, you're going to become more confident. Let's take a really common one to men. Okay. Is men talking to a girl. You were less confident when you were younger. Maybe some guys are just really naturally confident. I don't even think it's a confidence. I think it's a natural, like, are not scared of failure, really, right? It's not confidence. It's just they go and they're just not scared to be told no or anything. So boom, every girl, hey, what's your number? Hey, what's your number? Hey, what's your number? Whatever, right? But the confidence, it's really easy just to be like, hey, what's your number? I'm not giving it to you. Okay, move on, right? But the confidence into like strike a conversation, to talk to a girl, things like that, something I didn't ever have much of until I started growing up, right? But some guys have it, some don't. But with more repetition, it becomes comfortable, right? It becomes predictable. You kind of know how it's going to go. And really, it only could go one of two ways, yes or no. And either way, you're still living, you're still moving on. If you've done it 50 times, you're confident. If you've done it 2 times, it's anxiety, right? You get that if you've never done it, or we've talked about it on here, a couple of guests, it feels like imposter syndrome. Oh no, I don't belong here. I just shouldn't be doing this. All right. If you're asked to do something new, right? No, but I'm not ready. In the military aspect, Chief asked you to do training or a brief. No, Chief, I'm not ready. I've never done it. Right? Again, it's not that you lack confidence. It's that you lack the repetitions. That's why we're trying to get you to do it. We're trying to get your reps in. All right. The confidence scam, waiting to feel ready. Somebody out there right now, are you waiting to do something because you're not ready? It's not perfect. It's never going to be perfect. It's never going to be really ready. You just got to hit send. Right, I've shared this story on here probably a long time ago. Maybe I haven't shared it in a while, so I'll share it now about me starting this podcast. I had this idea in 2017, like I should start like a military leadership podcast. Not that I was great at it, but it's something that is interesting to me. Let's talk about it. So I looked around, I found a couple, I listened to them, didn't like them. I was like, yeah, this is a spot for me. I could do this. I think this will work, right? And I never did it. I bought all this equipment. I didn't even buy cameras yet. Actually, I just bought the audio equipment. I got that audio equipment, this audio equipment. I had this, I had that, had all this stuff. I was not doing it. Recorded a couple episodes, didn't do it, didn't publish nothing. I was scared. I had no repetitions. I had no confidence. I wasn't ready. Until finally, January 4th, 2021, my birthday, I was like, fuck it, I'm doing it. And I just started posting. I was like, there's no time like now. We could do it. And I just hit send. And I just posted like 5 episodes to Spotify. Back then it was called Anchor. I did it. Who cares? You don't have to be ready. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to start doing it. Okay? Most people don't lack ability. They lack exposure. They keep trying to solve an experience problem with thinking. Again, we've talked a lot about that here, right? Leadership, credibility, confidence, it comes from experiences. You cannot just read it in a book and be like, hey, I've read 100 books on leadership, so I know how to lead. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't. It doesn't work with I've made rank, so I must know how to lead. Too many junior sailors have followed or been under the charge of leaders and can pull the receipts that they weren't really leaders. Okay, so they keep trying to solve it with the experience with the thinking, right? And the thinking, the learning. I wouldn't say like this as thinking. I'd say maybe learning. I can learn it. I can learn my way into experience, right? And that's where like I think a lot of people think, if you look at like today's society and for the last 20 years, the go to college. And at one point it was like, yeah, you could go to college, you could get a bachelor's degree in something, and you could go get a decent job. And nowadays it's much more harder to do that. The degrees have become a lot more worthless. There's so many degrees. They're so unprofessional. And really with the military, a degree helps. A degree is a big step and jump ahead of other people applying. Should a job require that? Okay. But what they're really looking for is like you have experience. If you have the degree plus experience, you're light years ahead of other people. Okay. And so how do we get the confidence? How do we start building it? You have to have a tolerance for the discomfort. It's something we've talked about here again. Stepping out of your comfortability role, moving your circle to be larger and bigger, and being okay with being the uncomfortable. You've heard it here. You've heard it a lot of other places, right? Get comfortable with being uncomfortable, right? You've heard those fucking nerds, those hoo-yah nerds talking like that. I don't want to sound like a hoo-yah nerd, but it is a moving that comfortable. Like it, I look at it as like, how do I want to say this? Like if you're going to be comfortable, right, you should be able to be comfortable in as many, like that comfortable circle should be as big and wide as you can make it. So it's more of a, no matter where they put me, I'm comfortable working and doing the job in that area, speaking in that area, performing in that area. There's nothing that can get me out of that because it doesn't matter where I end up. I'm going to be comfortable. I think that is different from than saying like, oh, I'm comfortable where I'm at. As in, I'm in my PJs. I got my blankie. I'm on the couch. I'm watching reruns of the show I've seen 100 times. I'm comfortable. I'm lazy. I'm safe. Right? Comfortable. If your circle is big enough, it doesn't always mean you're safe because you're good. You can bounce around in that sphere of influence, in that sphere of comfortable, into places that you're not the same every time. But if it's always the same blanket, always the same show, the same couch, the same pajamas, it's too comfortable. Get away from that. The confident person isn't fearless. They're familiar with the feeling and know they won't die from it. Again, rejection. You're not going to die from it. You're just going to go back and finish your meal or finish getting your pizza, whatever. Who cares? You just bounce back quicker. All right. Again, as we wrote here, it's not about being fearless. It's not a fearless thing. It's just that you know you're not going to die from this. And sometimes, depending on what you're doing, your field of service, maybe there is a life and death situation. But, I think that's courage and some other things we'll get into, maybe a different episode. So let's talk about the rep ladder. All right. So how are we going to build confidence? Repetition, right? Doing the same thing over and over and over. So what I want you to do is whatever you might be scared of, whatever's outside of your comfortable circle. All right. Take that big thing and let's break that down into a smaller one thing. And let's start doing that one thing several times a day, several times a week, several times a month. Okay. If it's public speaking, let's go with public speaking because that's a very well-known leadership one. It's something that junior sailors aren't always comfortable with. It's something you have to build repetition with. So how do we build that? Chief, I'm scared to public speak. I'm not good at it. Oh my God, I don't know what I'm doing when I'm up there. I get all scared and public speaking can come in the form of doing a JSOY board, JSOQ board, a Blue Jacket board, right? You're in front of a panel. It's like an interview. You're not good at it. You're scared. You don't have a lot of repetitions. One, if you ever come across that situation where you're nominated, ask your LPO and your chief to give you a little mock board. You should be very comfortable with them. You work with them every day, right? You don't have to get in a uniform or anything like that. Just sit down, practice your posture, and have them shotgun some questions at you. And practice getting those reps in, becoming comfortable in that situation, building your confidence. All right. When you first start those things, you're going to feel that anxiety of like that 0 to 2 reps. Oh no. The more you do it, the more that's going to go away. Something like the Sailor's Creed, right? Something like the Sailor's Creed. When you're first starting it, when you first get put on the spot, you kind of get scared about it. Oh no, am I going to mess it up? I'm going to practice it. As goofy as you might not like it, the more you practice, the more confident you are. Someone could pull you to the front of the class and be like, go ahead and start us off in the Sailor's Creed. I am a United States sailor. Boom. You're good. You're confident. It's strong. Right? So repeat it until that heart rate chills out. It's normal. It's just like exercise. Something I need to do more of. Haven't done a lot this week because of CDO duty. But it's just like exercise, right? The more you exercise your heart, the stronger it is, the easier it is to pump blood to the muscles when the muscles require it. Your heart rate stays chill. Doesn't go and spike as soon as you start moving. Same thing with confidence. All right, so step 1, tiny version of the thing, right? If it's public speaking, Blue Jacket of the Year board, stuff like that, or quarter boards, anything like that, do mock ones. Public speaking, say, read something from the POD, right? Ask your, ask your LPO if you could read part of the POD in the morning. A little thing, tiny thing. Step 2, repeat it daily. If you can't do it daily, increase it multiple times a week. Step 3, increase difficulty. Okay? You have to ramp up. If it's always easy, then it's going to always be easy. You have to ask Chief LPO on these mock boards, ask me tougher questions. Like, dig into your bag, Chief. Challenge me. I need more. I need hard questions. I need hard, opinionated questions. If you've been to a board, you know you're always going to get opinionated questions. They should not be softballs. There's no right or wrong. I want to hear how you articulate your answer. I want to hear thoughtful responses. I want to hear real, genuine, whoever you are, sailor, answers. If it's POD, POW stuff, and you're reading it every day, and it's just like, oh yeah, hey, Jimmy, go ahead and talk about the naval history block there. Increase it. I want to do the whole POD. I want to give training. I want to do more. Challenge yourself. Increase a little bit at a time until it becomes easy, until it becomes familiar, until you know it's the predictability in the outcome is you're not going to die. You're only going to get better. All right, so other things I had on here for examples. So socially, this is funny. It says, say something to a stranger daily. Compliment a stranger. If you're a gentleman out there, or if you're a lady out there, and you don't know how to break down the walls of dating or talking to people, just say something nice every day. Hey, I think you have a nice smile. And flash them a big old cheesy ass grin or something. Hey, I appreciate you. Thank you The coffee was very good. Thank you. It's so friendly. It's so not toxic. And it's so easy to do. And you're going to bring a smile to their face, and you're going to make their day better. Fitness, right? Get in the gym. Just go for a walk. Little things. Build the repetitions up. Repetitions. Okay? Build those reps. Money. Why not, like, put $5 into your savings today? Right now, go in there. Put $10 from your checking into your savings. You're not going to hurt from it. It's like 2 monsters. 2 monsters, 2 energy drinks, whatever. You'll be all right. And if you're a creator type, if you're trying to be a creator type, I'm trying to be a creator type. That's why I'm doing this every day, all year long. Post one thing today. Post one video a day, one short a day, one YouTube short, one IG reel, one TikTok, whatever it is. And with AI tools, it makes it even easier. You still have to get in front of the camera and film it, though. Do not fall into the trap that you need confidence before you do it. And this is interesting as I read this, because I'm getting through. I got 3 more hours of the So Good They Can't Ignore You book, right? CNO's reading list report coming soon. And this is kind of a topic in there, right? We were talking about skill set, building the skill set until you're so good you can't be ignored, instead of the follow your passion. I think we've all seen the pretty viral Instagram reel, TikTok reel out there of the lady saying, don't love your job. Job your love. What? What the fuck does that mean? Right? But it's the exact opposite of what this book is talking about, right? And what we have here is like, you don't need the confidence before you do it. You need to be doing it, and that will build the confidence. You don't need to fall in love with your job. You need to get good at whatever your job is, whatever that business is of yours. And through that, being good, you will end up finding the jobs that make you happy. All right, let's keep moving. And something in that book they mentioned, Steve Martin. Some of you might be too young for Steve Martin. Father of the Bride movies, most famously, maybe. Very old comedian. I say very old because, like, motherfuckers, he was a comedian when my parents were young. Right? He learned to play banjo. And it's funny, in this book, they're saying that, like, why did he want to play banjo? It's a pretty hard thing to learn, especially the way he was learning it or whatever. But he took the mindset of it of, well, if I play the banjo every day, in 40 years, I will be good. After 40 years of playing the banjo every day, there's no way I'm not going to be good. And that's the approach you need to take to whatever you're doing. If you do it every day and you improve just a little bit every day, let's use the Navy specifically as we're here serving. After 20 years of being in the Navy, you're going to be pretty fucking good. If you stick around to 30 years, you're going to be pretty fucking good. Right? Now, who knows during that journey what skill set you're going to end up finding for yourself, right? It could be the black and white instruction memorizer, know how to push every button on the system person, or it could be not that at all. It could be the leader, the people person. Just something for you to chew on. All right, so here's things you can remember. Confidence is not your brain, or is just your brain recognizing the room. The more you're in the room, the more recognizable, the less scared, the more confidence. Right? You ever been a junior sailor and you got to go tell the CEO something? Oh my God, it's the CEO has a silver oak leaf. Until you've been doing it for a while and it becomes real crazy, like, hey, sir, bad news. You know, someone shit the bed. Here it is. What do you want to do? Next. All right. There's another really famous saying. We wrote it down here a little bit different. I'm trying to think of it. It's like you don't, what we wrote here was you don't rise to the moment, you fall to the reps, you fall. There's another saying that like that, like you don't rise to the moment, but you fall to like your highest level of preparation or something like that. Same thing, same idea, right? The more you're prepared, the more reps you have, the more confident you are through those reps, you will rise to that. You don't just get thrown into the room of all alphas and then you're like, okay, yep, I'm in here, so I must be one too. No, that's not it. You walk in that room, you're a beta, you're a beta. You're not in that room, you're a beta. You're in any other room, you're a beta. Okay? It is, you don't just rise to it magically. You have to be prepared for it. And then being around those people, they will help you rise beyond what you're prepared for, beyond what you've the reps that you've used and done to prepare you. Most people don't need motivation, right? Motivation is an interesting thing. I was talking to somebody else about this, that I'm not feeling motivated. You don't need motivation. I'm very motivated. I lack discipline. Go check out anything that Dave Goggins writes. It's always about discipline. All right, here we said it's not motivation that you need to go do these things. It's exposure to these areas. It's exposure to the rooms. It's exposure to the conversations. You need exposure, and that is what, in somehow this magical way, you will get better through the reps, through the discipline, and always bring the motivation. So what are we doing? We are picking one thing that we've been avoiding, okay? And we're going to do that one thing a little bit every day. All right, let's do that for a week. I've done it here now, one episode every day. There's been some where I'm like, damn, I could skip it. I could skip today. I could skip today. No one's going to. I got 3 days of travel coming up. I've got to figure out how I'm going to do videos then. I might have to double up on videos after that just so I can say I did them. I got to figure it out, though. I have to figure it out. It has to happen. I got to do this. And you should have that same attitude. So pick one thing you avoid and do a small version of that for the next week. All right. And you're not going to get better. Maybe you will a little bit. Maybe you'll never even notice. But the point isn't to get better. The point is to be familiar with it. So get familiar. That's all we have for tonight. I hope that helps you out. Take this into tomorrow's Wednesday. So really you got 3 days left of the work week. We could do it. All right. One small thing, next 7 days, work through it. Let's get better. Let's build the confidence, get familiar. And I hope this brought you some value today in how you're going to build your confidence going through 2026. And if it did, like, subscribe, turn on the bell for notifications. We'll be live this weekend. And if you're finding value of it, then one of your friends in your friend group is going to also find value in it. Go and click the share button, kick it over to them, and let's build the community. That's all we got for tonight. We out of here. We'll see you next time. We'll see you next time, as in tomorrow. All right? We out.